Even as Israeli Defense Forces destroyed the gate at the UN peacekeepers' compound in southern Lebanon, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appealed to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to withdraw UN personnel from Hezbollah strongholds and combat zones. He's also said that the IDF has requested this repeatedly and it has resulted in the UN personnel becoming human shields for Hezbollah terrorists.
אני רוצה מכאן לפנות ישירות למזכ"ל האו"ם. הגיע הזמן שתוציא את יוניפיל ממעוזי החיזבאללה וממרחבי הלחימה. צה"ל ביקש זאת שוב ושוב, והוא נתקל בסירוב שוב ושוב, שכל כולו מכוון לתת חומת מגן אנושית למחבלי חיזבאללה. הסירוב שלך לפנות את חיילי יוניפיל הופך אותם לבני ערובה של חיזבאללה. זה מסכן גם אותם וגם את חיי חיילינו. אנו מצירים על הפגיעה בחיילי יוניפיל, ואנחנו עושים כל שביכולתנו כדי למנוע פגיעה הזאת.
Early on Sunday morning, as per the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, or the UNIFIL, at about 4:30 a.m., while peacekeepers were in shelters, 2 IDF tanks destroyed the main gate, forcibly entered the area and opened fire in air. Despite putting on protective masks, 15 peacekeepers suffered skin irritation and gastrointestinal reactions after the smoke from the fire entered the camp. The peacekeepers are receiving treatment. Now remember, Israel has banned UN Chief Antonio Guterres from the country over his failure to mention Iran by name in his condemnation of the missile attack on the 1st of October. In response, Guterres has said that the attacks on UNIFIL peacekeepers may constitute a war crime. He's also stressed that UNIFIL personnel and its premises must never be targeted and that attacks against peacekeepers are in breach of international law, including international humanitarian law. In one of the deadliest attacks, meanwhile, on Israel since October last year, the Iran-backed Hezbollah group fired a drone attack from Lebanon in central northern Israel region, resulting in the death of 4 Israeli military personnel, while over 60 people remain severely injured. My colleague Pradeep Datta is in Israel. He's been tracking the ground situation there and he has been getting us reports. Take a look at this report that he has sent.
There is hardly any town in northern area of Israel that has not been affected because of Hezbollah bombing or rockets being fired from across. During the last few days, we have seen that the tension on this side has escalated. Ever since Israeli troops have started bombing Beirut and other areas, we have seen that Hezbollah is completely rattled and they are trying to target as many towns, as many townships as they can. They are trying to target innocent unarmed civilians. And right now, I am in Safed area. This is considered to be one of the holiest and the highest town here in Israel. Look at this road. The side of the road is completely damaged. On 2 days back, one of the rocket fell here and there was a big explosion. And after that, the splinters, the flooding splinter, that hit the building. And you can see almost every house in this locality is pockmarked. Look at those pockmarks, signs on the wall that clearly narrates the story of destruction here. So idea is basically the Hezbollah is trying to inflict maximum casualty because they know they can't fight with the Israeli Defense Forces. The best option is to inflict maximum casualty of civilians, create panic in this area. The more you create panic, more they think it will be better for them because they are completely rattled ever since Hezbollah Chief Hassan Nasrallah and many of his successors have been eliminated. You can see there, people are quite scared. They are worried because every time there is a siren, they rush towards the bomb shelter, and that is the procedure they follow. Let me show you. Many of the cars are also completely damaged here. Look at the splinter. Splinter has created hole in the car. See what really happened. The glass is also broken and then you can see those splinters piercing through the car. Now this car cannot move from here, and now look at this. Some of the splinters has also damaged the roof of the car. Now let me show you. This is not the only car that has been damaged. There are so many other cars in this locality that have been damaged. Look at this, another car parked here also. That's also completely damaged because of the splinters. Splinters have it. But only good thing is that fortunately nobody was inside. The explosion was so strong that with the impact of the explosion, see, the window of this house is also completely shattered. So wherever we are going, either there are cracks, either there are pockmarks because of the splinters, either we have seen the damaged cars, but The only good thing is that there was no casualty, no loss of human life. But yes, the war never brings good stories. It always brings death and destruction. It is on both the sides. It's always the common man who suffers. But unfortunately, there are people who are trying to give a spin. As if Hezbollah is a messiah of peace, they are not targeting civilians. So we are trying to tell you they are not messiah of peace. They are the one who are trying to target the civilian areas. This house is not any Mossad headquarters, neither it is any IDF headquarters. So see how it is being targeted and what really has happened here. So this is the story of almost each and every house, and you can see how...
I was sitting right here.
You were sitting here?
Yeah, I was sitting right here before it became the alarm. And when the alarm is operated, I'd run away to the safe room. And I closed the door and boom, everything was blowing. And the electric is going down. It was darkness. And it was very scaring. But okay, we are strong. We will win.
Thank you for the God.
Israel will win. That's all.
That is called the Jewish spirit. Israel will win. We are strong. We had been living with this for the last several decades, and we will continue to emerge more stronger because none of these rockets or bullets are going to shatter their spirit. That's what actually they are trying to convey. This is only going to further strengthen their resolve to fight against terrorism, whether it's Hezbollah terrorism or whether it's Hamas terrorism.
My story is that I'm evacuated from Kiryat Shmona. I live there. And it's 1 year that I am not at home at all. I was in the center. I go back to Bialik, and there was missile too. I came here for my sister, and I was sitting here for the last 2 months. And another time, missile and missile. Everywhere you go, there is a missile in Israel. So it was very like, roulette, like Russian roulette. You go there and the missile there, you go there and the missile there. But we are strong. We will win. The Hezbollah and the Hamas will finish. And Iran, it's the next. Everything will be okay.
Is life. Am Israel life. Am Israel chai.
So that is what they are saying. Let me show you. These are the splinters. These are the splinters. And so these were the splinters, the flying splinters. Let me show you. These are the remnants of those rockets that were fired from across the border, the killer rocket that came from Hezbollah's side. And these are the small iron balls inside these missiles. And these balls are killer balls that inflict maximum casualty. If it hits anyone, the person will never survive. But thank God, the God was on their side. Nobody was outside. Either they were praying or they were sitting inside or they had some time with them to move towards the safer shelter.
We want to start to pray, and it was a big bomb in all the street, and even all the city heard it. And as you see, as you take the pictures, it's make a damage, very big damage to the houses.
The mamad is in the boom.
It's a safety room.
In safety room, and
She
I
ran
go
to the safety room.
mamad, and that's it.
She was in home. She heard the bomb. And the first thing that she takes, keep in her noses and run to the safety room. That's what we have to do. Nothing else. If we don't do it, we can be hurt because the houses hurt. It's coming to the houses.